Alright, the next video that I'm going to make here is going to deal with the collections that WWE has released, full collections. My official total is at 44 of releases that I don't have, and we're going to go through like 10 of them right now that, let's see, we got 6, yeah, like 10 are going to be in this video right here. We're going to start with the ones that I do have complete. This one's called the Legends of Wrestling Collection. They released 3 of these nationwide, worldwide, I guess, and the spine looks pretty cool, actually. What it is basically a half-hour roundtable discussion on each one of these guys. With these guys down here, you got Michael P.S. Hayes and Pat Patterson, Jim Ross, Dusty Rhodes, and Eddie Graham from Florida, Michael Graham, whatever his name is, the younger one. And then you get a pretty fair amount of matches too with each guy. These do have a 3-hour runtime, and this one first off is Jerry the King Lawler and the Junkyard Dog. Pretty entertaining there. This one was actually pretty good too. You got Ric Flair and Sergeant Slaughter. And when you think about some of the matches that are on the back here, Sergeant Slaughter, Mike Rotundo, but this one was good. You get a Texas death match for the WWF title against Bob Backlund, and you do get one against the Iron Sheik. The boot camp match is another one. That's like a pretty much a legendary match if you don't know about it. Then the NWA World Title, Lex Luger. You get a Thunderdome match. I'm not even sure what that actually means. Thunderdome nowadays means a whole lot more. Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect from Nitro, 1999. Yeah. And this one was probably the best one out of those 3, called Heat Seekers. And it was basically a roundtable discussion about all kinds of pretty much the bad guys. You got Scott Hall, Lex Luger, Buff Bagwell. They talked about Vince Russo. And then the matches, you get the Freebirds. You get Luger and Wyndham, Tully and Arn Anderson. Those are the bad guys there. Midnight Express against the original Midnight Express. What else we got? Michael Hayes. Who else? Goldberg and Scott Hall on Nitro. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Halloween Havoc. Steel Cage with Vince Russo. Yeah. Now, also in this collection, Best Buy was able to release 3 of their own. These next ones are Best Buy exclusives with Andre the Giant, Iron Sheik. So you get some good stuff throughout there with the Iron Sheik, WrestleMania 1. That one's always going to be in there. But you get Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan from 1980. I think that's actually really cool. Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy. Just stuff there. This one was probably the most expensive out of these 6. Definitely was most expensive. $35-40. Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund. And then you get Hulk Hogan and the High Flyers against Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura, and Ken Patera from the AWA. Going way back in 81, 82. Saturday Night's Main Event match with Harley Race. That seems to pop up a lot. And pretty much it's the only thing Bob Backlund ever had as far as a release for him goes. And you got a good one here, the cage match, Bob Backlund and Jimmy Snuka for the title. And lastly, out of those 6, you got Roddy Piper and Terry Funk. These 2, this is a really good 2 to put together. These guys are just probably some of the most interesting guys that you can even hear about ever, especially as far as wrestling goes. A lot of good stuff. Roddy Piper, Orndorff. You get some stuff from Saturday Night's Main Event, his official first retirement match, WrestleMania 3. What else we got? Steel Cage match, Piper and Ravishing Rick Rude, Intercontinental title, Terry Funk and the Junkyard Dog, Clash of Champions in that I Quit match. It's pretty cool that they put that on there. And you also get him against Ricky Steamboat. Clash of the Champions about 6 months before this one, which is kind of weird to go in that order, but whatever. So, yeah. Then, next up, we got what is called the Iconic Matches Collection. Now, there was 7 of these released, but only 3 of them released in America. And what they were was, I think they came with the wrestling figures, and then I think I don't know, maybe there's a fan pack or something like that, but then they decided to go ahead and make them standalone releases. So we'll start with the ones that are in the U.S., John Cena, he's always got to have his thing. And what they are is they're all only 3 matches. I think one of them in this set has like 5, so it's between 3 and 5 matches. Runtime is only about an hour on all these, and most of them aren't too much. This is maybe $7-8, I think. Finn Balor got one. I think the artwork on here is really cool, so at least that's something. Couple matches. Pretty much all the matches that are on here is going to be on the pay-per-views that I already have too. So it doesn't need, this is just for collection purposes. His is really good though. His shots are good. So, and then we got Roman Reigns. His is still new in the plastic. I don't care to open it. He's got 5 matches and it's still only an hour. So it's like John Cena gets 3 in an hour and Roman Reigns gets 5 in an hour. So, I'm not even exactly sure where those matches are from because it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure I looked them up and I know I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they're all from different pay-per-views, so there's no sense in even opening it. And then the same goes for these 4 that weren't released in America. We got Bayley has her own, and this is when Bayley was just lame as hell, the hugger kind of gimmick. She's probably the best heel they got right now. Just her fan favorite days. The girls all got one. Sasha Banks, she's another one that's, I guess she's back to being a babyface again, but this is really cool too with the red hair, and these are all, obviously sealed. I can't watch them anyway, so I might as well keep them sealed. And you can tell too with the red ones. I'm not exactly sure why. We'll get to that last one here in a second, but Becky Lynch, she got hers. Glare is just crazy. 3 unforgettable matches, it says. It doesn't even have her matches listed. And then Paige, she did the Fighting with My Family. I haven't seen that yet. It's still on the list of movies that I want to watch because I think it's with The Rock. I'm not sure, but it is her life story. She's got 5 matches. They all are 1 hour runtime, so it's not bad for what they are. But this one here is rated from where? What does it say? Oh, Ireland. So I'm not really sure why that Ireland one is on there for these ones. Maybe it's from there. I'm not exactly sure. And then when I was going back over these 2, I did notice that the Bayley one is rated 15, and the rest of them are rated 12, so that's kind of odd. Next up, we have the Superstar Collection. There are 2, 4, what do we got here? 7 of these released. We got John Cena. This is the same deal. This is pretty much the same kind of thing as the Iconic Matches collection. Just a couple of matches. I think the runtime is a little bit longer. I think it's an hour and a half runtime on these, but I'm not really sure. Whatever it is, but these are mostly all from pay-per-views, but sometimes you do get some Raw stuff in there, so anything from Raw is always really good, especially if it's not in the Best of Raw SmackDown collection for the year. Zack Ryder up next. His list of matches there. ECW show, Raw, SmackDown. You can just tell his is better because he doesn't have hardly any pay-per-view matches. None of them on here, just one it looks like. So, and then we got Sheamus. I found this one at the dollar store. I have a ton of duplicates too, so I like to keep obviously the one that's not opened yet out with the collection. But here's Sheamus. He's got 5 matches. A lot of stuff from Monday Night Raw. All the stuff from Raw is always, like I said, the best because you don't know if that's on DVD or not. Daniel Bryan gets 1, 3. He's got 6 matches on his. He's got one from SmackDown. You got an NXT match up there, which is kind of cool. That was literally the incarnation days of NXT. Randy Orton, he gets 4 matches. Capital Punishment. Monday Night Raw. So at least there's at least one Monday Night Raw, I hope, on each one of these, it looks like, as I'm going through. Monday Night Raw there. Shawn Michaels versus Kane. No DQ. They put the match with Undertaker, which is just obviously a legendary, iconic match. And then we also got Rey Mysterio. He got his. His is probably the most expensive out of these, but even the most expensive one I think was $10 for his. SmackDown, so at least you, like I said, you do get some TV stuff. The only one that's missing out of these, I think, what I say, there was 7 of these, there's 8 of them, is the, you can't really see it out there, but Kofi Kingston is up there. I know I went over it. It came in autographed. I had no idea that it was going to be signed when I ordered it. It was just a stock photo that they had of it, so Kofi Kingston is now up there on the wall because it's signed. So, next up, we're gonna get into this one. To me, wasn't officially a collection, but for me, the way I look at it was the Divas collection had their official releases, and some of those are 3 of those are definitely the ones that I'm missing. It starts with Divas and Hedonism is the first one that they had that I don't have. Divas Tropical Paradise was the next one, and Divas Undressed. So, and the most expensive, the first one I think was like $90, and then the second one was $70, and the third one I think was $40. The undressed one, and they're not even undressed, so whatever. So those 3 are not there yet. They will get in there though.